Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Jacob Fatu interrupted Damian Priest this week on WWE SmackDown and confirmed Solo Sikoa's status. He then tried to end Damian Priest's career. Priest was out to talk about his arrival on the SmackDown brand. Jacob Fatu interrupted him and said that he respected Priest, but he was off the leash and that there were no brakes on him anymore. Given that Solo Sikoa walked out on him in Tonga, this confirms that the two stars are no longer associated with him. Finally, after weeks of silence, this confirms Sikoa's status. The star made it clear that Solo Sikoa was out of the picture and that he and Tama Tonga were the two running SmackDown. He said that if Priest had thought he'd come to the blue brand and make a name for himself, then he was very wrong. He said that either Priest would lie down or he would be beaten down to the ground. Priest said lying down was not an option and kicked down Tama Tonga, leaving him face to face with Jacob Fatu. He said both ran the streets, and there was no room for talking anymore. The two started to brawl, but they were interrupted when Tama Tonga started to help Fatu as well. The two stars beat him down, and Tonga got a steel chair and put Priest in the corner. Fatu looked to end Priest's career by injuring him as well. The same move, without the chair, put Strowman in the hospital last week after he was left bleeding. If this move was hit repeatedly with the chair, Damian Priest's career could have ended. However, this time, LA Knight was present and came out to interrupt. The two stars sent Fatu and Tonga running. The bloodline has suffered another shocking blow. After months of speculation about internal turmoil, Jacob Fatu finally confirmed what many feared: Solo Sikoa is gone. No explanations, no grand exit, just an ominous warning from the Samoan werewolf himself. But Jacob Fatu wasn't just here to break the news. He had something far more destructive in mind. His target? The World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest. The announcement that shook WWE. It happened on WWE SmackDown in a segment that was supposed to clear up the bloodline status. With Roman Reigns absent and Paul Heyman growing more paranoid by the week, fans expected answers. Instead, Jacob Fatu walked out alone, his usual intensity magnified. He didn't waste words. "Solo's gone," he muttered, pacing the ring like a caged animal. "That's all you need to know. That's all you get to know." The crowd erupted in confusion. What did he mean, gone? Did Solo leave the bloodline? Did something worse happen behind the scenes? Fatu didn't elaborate. He simply clenched his fists and dropped the mic before storming off, his expression unreadable. And then, WWE cut to an urgent backstage scene. A sudden, brutal attack on Damian Priest. The Judgment Day locker room was in chaos. Damian Priest, still holding his championship over his shoulder, was engaged in a heated discussion with Finn Balor and JD McDonagh when the door crashed open. Jacob Fatu stormed in like a hurricane. No words, no warning, just destruction. He bulldozed JD McDonagh first, sending him flying into a steel locker with a sickening thud. Finn Balor barely had time to react before Fatu tossed him across the room like a ragdoll. Damian Priest, caught off guard, had no choice but to fight. The champion launched a punch at Fatu, but the Samoan monster absorbed it like it was nothing. He answered with a thunderous headbutt, staggering Priest. Then came the real damage. Fatu hoisted Priest onto his shoulders and Samoan dropped him through a table. The impact was brutal. Priest's body crumbled against the unforgiving wood. Trainers and officials rushed in, but Fatu wasn't done. With an animalistic roar, he dragged Priest to his feet, lifting him onto the equipment crates. The crowd watching on the big screen gasped. This wasn't just an attack. This was a career-ending assault. Fatu positioned Priest for a top rope Samoan splash, except there was no ring. Just a long, painful fall onto concrete. The Bloodline's new mission: take over WWE. Security barely stopped the attack in time. A swarm of referees and officials tackled Fatu before he could make the leap, dragging him away while he laughed. "I'm here to finish what Solo started," he shouted, his voice echoing down the hallway. "You can't stop me." Priest, clutching his ribs, could barely move. Medical staff checked on him, but his night, and possibly his reign, was in jeopardy. Meanwhile, Jacob Fatu disappeared into the night, leaving WWE fans with more questions than answers. What happened to Solo Sikoa? Did Roman Reigns order this attack? And, more importantly, was Damian Priest's career in real danger? Only time would tell.